stand for the pledge, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. And the next item that is on our agenda is guest comments. I just need a little thing real quick. Members of the public are encouraged to comment during this time regarding items that are not listed on the agenda. The chair will seek public comments on agenda items as they occur. By law, the board cannot take action on matters discussed during the public comment portion of the meeting, but may include a matter raised during this time on future agendas. The board would like to remind everyone to avoid commenting on private personal matters, private student matters, and pending legal matters. Do I have any guest comments?
Can I comment on the agenda, or you want me to wait till you bring up the agenda?
Until we start working on our action items, or what do you? Is it on the action item?
It's not, what's up in regard to the agenda. The published agenda for today. So, last month's, or last meeting in June, when you went into executive session, you close the meeting, but there's nothing to say you reopen the meeting. Typically, you say, you know, it's 5:05, we're closing the meeting, do your business, come back, general public meetings open, it's 5:10, or whatever it is. It just helps clarify things.
That wasn't in our meeting minutes, is that what you're saying, the rest of the review? Okay,
Correct.
okay.
And then, so the certified annual financial report is due to be published, I'm assuming sometime the end of this month. How would I get it?
We're working on it right now. It'll be adopted at the August board meeting. So as soon as, the August board meeting, gets adopted, it'll be available.
Okay, thank you. That's all.
Thanks for catching that. Okay, any other guest comments? Moving on to action items, the 2024-25 Yellowstone Boys and Girls contract. Any questions, comments?
Changes to the contract to note are exhibit 3 was added this year. Exhibit 3 is on page 19 of your board packet. Exhibit 3 is what was discussed during the last board meeting.
So this is all in consultation with financial.
Yep.
So I'm seeing that the board. Removal or non-removal of the YBGR staff members from the school, that the school board has the same.
Will be involved. So that would be consistent with how we treat any staff member at our school.
Yep.
And then, of course, we wanted to make sure that, of course, YBGR has the authority to terminate employment of their employees. We don't in any way interfere with their employees.
Can I get a motion?
I will make a motion to renew the 2024-25 YBGR contract.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, moving on to reinstate the behavioral specialist Chastity Beard, and this will possibly go into a closed session. Comments, questions?
Can I read something I wrote? One more fair comment. Bear with me, I'm not going to grab those TV.
Will you just state your name real quick?
Yeah, storage today.
Oh, and you know what, one thing we did forget to tell you is, so we did make notice to the public at the beginning, then starting in July, that our meetings need to be recorded. By state law, so there is a recording that's going on, that's why I didn't state your name. No, because that little head on there is an owl, so it will go to you and it will talk. So just know that these will be recorded and they will be posted on our website within, what's the rule? No, right.
Thanks for having
Wait,
us.
it's on the website.
Usually within 24 hours, but the OPI doesn't have a exact time.
Okay,
They go on the website every couple for a year, I think.
yeah.
Yeah.
Please, I apologize, I forgot to say, I'm a little pressure here too, so I forgot that. Sorry for that.
All right, well, my story today, and today the school board will vote on whether or not Ms. Chastity is the best fit for the behavioral specialist at the school. I want to help recognize the great skills and qualities that she has. She has a welcoming personality that helps bring down the wall of parents and children. This allows her to reach the heart of many problems. She helps children identify their feelings when overwhelmed. Over time, with consistency, I've seen this help children learn to respond to situations instead of react. She is firm with children when needed, so they cannot hide behind excuses. She has called me in for things such as nightmares and wrongdoings, because she believes these things need to be talked about and worked through, so that the situation or behavior can change. She has helped relieve the anxiety of many children that attend the school. My daughter used to pull her hair until it fell out, and now I see an inner peace in her that I give credit to Ms. Chastity for from her infamous efforts. All right, thank you.
Anyone else?
Marissa Jensen, and I would like to speak on behalf of Ms. Chastity and being reinstated. I feel that she's a vital part of the school community. I feel like she is extremely knowledgeable in what she does and how she goes about helping not just the children that she works with, but with the families as well. I think that in my own personal opinion, the situation regarding this whole thing coming about was handled, again, in my opinion, very poorly. We were not communicated with. It caused a severe amount of distress for ourselves. And we kind of lost a little bit of faith in people that we're supposed to be able to trust. And that line of communication with our children, ourselves, us being a part of the community and the school community, it's important. And I really hope that in the future, this is not repeated by anybody.
Thank you.
I'd like to say something, Kyle Hutchendorf. I've spoke at previous meetings, just want to speak on behalf of Chastity as well. I want to bring to light, maybe not everybody in this room knows, there was supposed to be a program all summer long for the kids who see Miss Chastity. And instead of just dropping our kids and focusing on herself and trying to figure out what the future holds for herself, she has completely dove into our kids through the summer, continued to teach them, continued to guide them, help them through changes of being in a different place with her. And I just think that's something to consider also, just regardless of what she's going through personally, or even just with our school and our students and their future, she continued to just put everything she had into them and keep going for us.
I'll speak, Victoria Butler, and I have made it very well known how I feel about it. I've spoken at other meeting, or the other meeting too, but I just wanted to say again how much we appreciate Chastity, and I feel like if you don't have a kid who needs someone like Chastity, it may not matter to you as much, but when you have a kid, she means the world to you, and she is just an amazing support person for us.
I would also like to speak, Christine Meekum. I just want to echo everything that these families have said, and the way that it was handled has caused distress and upset that was not necessary at all to so many people, so many families, to our staff, to Chastity herself. This unknown of nothing made sense of why this was done or how it was handled or how it was explained to staff. So we've all felt very
just, I think trust has been broken a little bit. I think we're feeling that deeply. I know I am. And so I would really urge, Ms. Chastity to be brought back. She is a vital part of our school, to our families, to our students, and to our staff.
Anyone else? At this time, we'll close the meeting. We are going to come back from our closed session. We're going to start the meeting again at 6:36. So, do I have a motion to reinstate the behavioral specialist Chastity Beard?
I will make a motion to reinstate the behavior specialist Chastity Beard.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Moving on to ESSER 3 expenditures.
So I took everything that we've been talking about through the board meetings and put it on the OPI description to request funds and stuff. So I wanted to talk about it before I submitted it. If you had any ideas, subtractions, some of the totals have already changed. And then once the board, you approve whatever you want tonight, then I can go back and put that these were board approved. Then I'll submit it to Wendy at OPI for her proofing, basically, so it doesn't get returned multiple times. So throughout this, when this went out, we've gotten more and more bids for all different things, some of the amounts have changed. Some things you may want to take off, so.
So I just want to make sure we have asked every teacher if they have any curriculum that they have. So I feel like just to figure it that.
We did, and they sent me a lot. So, what I did was lump all that together under curriculum, and it does include special education curriculums as well as, and I have that broken down in a spreadsheet if you want to see.
I was just looking at that SR spreadsheet that we had, and
Yeah,
I can't quite get to the totals. You guys were pretty specific on your OPI sheet, like 31,386. But I don't know if that number changed or.
it was that next to curriculum on,
So it's the science kids.
yeah.
And so I guess I do want to make sure, since it's summertime, that we did not send emails to teachers through their, like they were contacted personally. Like yes, no, whether they responded or not, because I feel like one time we did this in the summertime and we sent information to their schoolwork emails, and then most of them said, well, I don't check my emails during the summer. So I just want to make sure that we truly made a phone call.
So I did send an email and asked them to send me any requests they had, and then anybody who didn't respond within, I think it was like 5 days, I reached out to them.
Perfect. Okay.
So are we still holding at that 31,000 total, or are we a little above that now?
That curriculum, the one major one that could change, or it's a little, I put the highest amount was the technology. So when I priced iPads, there was a deal, and I didn't know how long that would last, so I put the price, full price on there. So that could be a difference of about $2,000. Because with the deal they had going on, it was like 17,004 or something, but without it was 19, and I priced it without that in case it wasn't still available.
Can I clarify one thing on the teacher? Were there any teachers who did not end up talking to or getting a hold of, even though you reached out to them?
No, there were a couple teachers who didn't want any updates,
But you had that.
but everybody wanted curriculum stuff, everybody, not everybody wanted technology.
Okay.
But we did include everyone as far as student technology. Covered everybody as far as how many students they would have, but then we also asked the teacher if they wanted any devices for themselves, and a couple did not.
And I went max on these just to get every penny we could.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to give them money back. So I went high. the stuff, and like the wiring of the reader board, that could be higher by probably about 6,000. I mean, there's gonna be adjustments on here, but. The outdoor learning classroom, we estimated 15,000, the bid came in 50,000. So we may, I don't know if you wanna proceed with that one, because that's on here as well.
The framing aspect of that is on board package. I don't think I'm looking
How
at-
about, let's just hit each item, that'd be great, and then we'll, address that.
In answer to your question, yes, what we did was go through every line item on the spreadsheet and add all of those together. They're still broken down, like a middle school teacher wanted outdoor curriculum, but there were several additional parts. I told her to send me all of them and I would itemize them for you, and then if we're over budget, you can just remove one of those extra parts. But yes, we did go through and just add up that whole list.
Okay. Is there some curriculum that we feel needs, whether a teacher felt like we needed it in a classroom or not, like if we needed some different library books, or there was a curriculum that we felt that we were lacking that we just haven't had in the past? Is that anything that we needed to add anywhere?
That's a good question. I think we should look at new social studies curriculum.
As do I.
A lot of teachers do not know what we have, which is why we took what we had originally spent and moved that over. We reworked the contract with the company to put that on reading and math, which leaves them sort of figuring things out as they go. Now, some of them requested things from teachers, paid teachers, that would help them with social studies, but that's not like an overall curriculum.
Is it K-5? Social studies, or is it?
Yeah. At least K-5, we would not necessarily say no to middle school, but it would be something different than middle school.
Okay,
So the teachers are not fond of the Sabbath. Something American, I think, it is pretty good, but yeah, can't do anything about that right now.
So could this line item go out more to like 40, 45? Yes, 45 maybe? I just, curriculum is like, you can't ever affect it, so you can actually buy it.
I agree.
So we have not convened with the curriculum committee to review and social studies.
When is their next meeting? Is there a curriculum, is it in August, or is it not until September when we decide our meetings?
Yeah, there's not one on the calendar. One of the title requests too was not a new curriculum, but just a few more pieces to what they already have. And we did, or I did add that through 6th grade. Right now, we just have it in 5th grade. But it's available through 6th, so we get it on there, but then we can also take 6th grade off if we find that that's money that we don't want to spend in.
I personally would rather see $50,000 worth of money going through curriculum than room to go over our outdoor seating. I mean, curriculum 6, say that again.
250?
Well, I mean, everyone else can agree too, but I feel like if we can fatten up that curriculum and we get some good updated curriculum, and we have some clunky stuff that we're still dealing with in this school. If it comes out, get new in, when we have a little bit of money, I think that would be nice. And then I feel like our outdoor education class needs to learn how to build structure over our. Well, I'm like, if we can just put, today, we just bring a 10 building upstairs. Great, okay.
And they did request outdoor tomorrow curriculum,
And
so maybe, yeah,
Okay.
we'll see.
I also think curriculum is more important than. So, I mean, we're getting the money, it's one, I think we should.
For curriculum issues, can we justify redoing, I can't remember what we did, rewiring our Wi-Fi so the kids can get better Wi-Fi if they spread out.
That's actually a different line item. So
Yes, we're almost there. No, we're there, we'll get there.
Oh, okay.
Your curriculum would also.
Oh, I see.
include, any books, anything that goes with learning. Curriculum is also, guitars, the music program, buying guitars, anything that does with learning, workbooks, PE equipment, anything that is used for teaching, that is, instructional and teaching, not pencils, things like that, but like your guitar is an actual instrument used for learning and stuff. So, I mean, it's a wide area.
I would talk to Mary and Tika about it.
Yeah, they did actually, they both said do stuff, but none of it was PE. Mary was mainly concerned with, her elective for outdoor ed is pretty popular, so she wanted this curriculum that she heard about, so we have that on there. But no, we didn't.
I wonder if they realize that that could be PE, because our school could desperately need PE equipment. I don't think I would. Just off the top of my head, probably if you asked me if I need a curriculum, I might think about PE stuff.
So that first page, then addressing learning loss, now minimize spread of infection. Any other questions on those two line items before we go to the next one? Where I don't see the Spanami,
Oh, I don't have a quote for that.
so we need to definitely get that. Well, the Spanami, we have one, but we own two, it just needs to be installed. That spinning thing where the kids all cute, and then recess. The kids love it, the recess duties don't, but if you had two, it would be more manageable. We would have 30 of them on one, we'd have 15, 15.
You get this slow.
Yeah.
This is the slow.
This is for the, this is for the teenagers. This is for middle school gets their own. Like, when the kids are.
Are those ones that are boys and girls?
Yeah.
So I would like our insurance.
Yeah.
Like, where are you imagining this going?
We can, we're right next
Are they gonna report
jump from one to the other thing, get rid of the walking thing and put another Spanami.
See, but that,
There,
like,
it was in the plan.
skill thing.
It's in the plan. Like, it was in the, yeah, it was in the playground plan when we purchased it, so if you look back at those plans, it was slated to go somewhere in that playground correctly by the engineers. We just didn't want to do it. Okay, any other?
So I will remove the outdoor gazebo. I'm gonna put playground equipment. And I'm going to put.
Which one are you on, Sherry? Are you on page
Second
two?
one, yes, on page 2, second from the last.
Okay,
Can I ask you a question? You're done with this.
Go for it.
So my question is, so I wanna do like some science experiments that go along with like Generation Venus. And I have been out of town, so I apologize, I did not have time to like get those lists together. But Sharon, would it count for like household items that are being used for a science experiment? Like toothpicks or whatever, right, tinfoil, stuff like that, like how would we?
Yeah, if you're doing, any kind of like science, if you're doing something, you bring in the ingredients, like a cooking class.
Right.
Yeah, you're bringing the
Baskets,
ingredients.
we have to replace those items, so.
So, and I looked at past kits, because I was trying to like make this a little easier, but, anyway, that's what I was gonna work on, but if we're out of time, we're out of time.
you're not out of time.
No, we're not. Okay.
I mean, we're running out of time, so sooner is better.
Okay,
But
I was just out of date, so I apologize.
Oh, that's fine. If you're just specific, like links are really helpful.
So like I could do the link of what the lesson is with the whole list of everything.
You just give me a list of what you want, you got it.
Okay.
the link to the item we want, like the Amazon link, so.
So you need
Okay,
500 toothpicks,
okay.
send me like your 500, not,
Or fill the cart and send you the link to the cart, that's better. Do you prefer Walmart or Amazon?
whatever you want.
Here, okay,
I had a phone.
okay.
If someone is going to continue to teach that in that class, you are going to put sewing machines in to be clean. There's three of them. A1 does a pretty good job and there's. And you'll also have to buy some more, materials because a lot of that is mine and it is now no longer here. But there's a good start there. So if that's an elective that gets kept, you will need to buy some things for that.
Is that the whole big one? I would also, I don't know if somebody has taken that over, but I would also consider, depending on where we're at money wise. Potentially investing in some sewing machines.
We have
So-
three.
If you have a large class, 3, try to get a blanket done, if you would, I think that including a couple of user-friendly sewing machines. Would be nice for that class.
The ones that are in there are
You
singers.
didn't advise us on the sewing machine.
Yeah, I can. The ones that are in there are singers. They were purchased from Joann's. You can get them for under $200 a piece.
Okay.
They're pretty easy, basic.
And we might even be able to get a deal at A1.
Yeah, I might be able to.
By Brown, his kid, so if
And
we're
we're, one day I will purchase some Joann's.
3 that we have now were purchased at Joann's because I got a screaming deal when I bought.
Okay.
The only problem with buying a whole bunch is where you're gonna keep them. That is the only, so like, that, well, the other issue is too, is I know that like when we did it, having to pull them down every day, it uses a lot of time studying.
Yes.
Yeah, you don't have a place. The kids get very good at it.
It's good skill.
So, yeah, but like, I mean, like I know I took the ironing board because it was mine, so there's a lot of stuff there, which I can tell you what you need. But if that's that's an elective you wanna keep.
Yeah.
There is stuff that needs to be replaced.
Okay, all good with page 1, are we good with moving to the second page? Okay.
My question on the replacement of carpets, when is that planning on being done?
What one is that one?
Let's.
So let's go with each one, so we don't, so addressing learning lots on that. So are you on the second page? Yeah. Okay, are we done with any questions on that one?
So special ed, one looks like it just got pulled out into a separate line item.
Yeah, there were quite a bit, special ed and title are lumped together. Yeah.
Any questions on that one? Are we good there?
So we're gonna,
So now we're at $48,277.
What?
After, oh, cause. I feel like that curriculum line could go to 55, because it's kind of the discussion we're having here. So.
so we could get $120 spent once we're just past that special education line.
So number 1, 2, and 3 are all okay.
So 1 at 31,386, 2, 65,014, are you increasing that one?
Gotta increase one if we're talking about.
I went, to make it easier, I went and numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, so it's easier.
So what did you increase 1 to?
55.
We're talking about social studies curriculum, PE equipment, sewing machines, possibly some 4th grade. I was curriculum, keep it to 100.
Okay. And then number 2, we're keeping it at the 65.
Yeah, that's the one that could fluctuate by about $2,000 because of the iPads, so.
Yes, I know. And then number 3, keeping that for the special ed that we're at right now.
4,000.
10,000. Oh, yeah.
That's 4,070.
Okay. And then technology,
That's all internet.
That's the
on
internet.
our-
And that was, refresh my memory on that one, we were talking, we got bids for
From Montana Sky and
bullet.
Fuller, yeah. Montana Sky is very eager, I hear from them about every day.
Bullets with Colin too.
Oh, they just don't have my cell phone.
And this would give us better internet than what we
It
have
would
now.
be, both thought that we need to do increase it by about 3 times.
And new phone.
Oh, yeah, and new phones.
That's right.
Yeah, and those, I don't have the bid right in front of me, but that incorporates us purchasing the phones, not leasing them. So if there's any objection to that, we can finagle that in our contract.
And honestly, I
It's
think
still
that
a service.
needs to go up, because then we still have to get a hold of our, techie people.
I was just
To
gonna
work
ask
with
that, that
them.
does not seem like enough money,
Mm-mm.
honestly.
I just thought about it, because they're gonna have to work together, because the phone, because they'll be on the cloud. So that's all gotta be coordinated and stuff, so I think we need to reach
So
out.
the internet's down, the phones are down.
It's that way now.
It is that way.
I have Montana Sky up and we've had maybe 3 hours of outage. It's been very, and it's usually when it's raining or snowing so much that we can't see the tower in there. So,
And both are very informative and good. Bullet has never serviced a school, just so you know that.
Yeah.
so I can't speak about it, but I had really good experience. It's worse in the summer though, there's a lot of tourists here. So, it's slower. I can't even make a phone call on guys.
And that's only 5,000 when you're dealing with an entire system.
Did they not quote us on that? When they,
Montana Sky did.
I thought the,
And their quote included the
oh,
And Bullet did, she's talking about them having our
IT people come out and work with them, and we don't have that because we don't know what system we're gonna go with. But we would have the money there available to pay them to do it. Because this is a cash request, this is what I'm requesting,
Sure.
to have the money on hand.
How much do you think the IT people need? Just based on that experience.
I'd at least go 7 more.
who's the IT person?
Oxy.
Okay.
So if we go 7 more, what does that do? It's only 2,000.
Okay, remember you're gonna make that line, you're gonna continue to make it 22.
On my calculator.
Are you going to have to?
I know it's there somewhere.
So we're at 146. And then we move on to the deep cleaning.
The deep cleaning quotes were a little difficult because they range from 700 to 7,000. So we just went middle of the road. Oh, and then, James's request was a new floor cleaner. So that is included on there.
The floor cleaner for the gym?
No, the shampooer.
It's a shampoo.
I have.
Oh, because you
I like a new one.
Change should for the moon, but not that one. Okay, so hold on.
Thinking the deep cleaning gets started, like.
Yes, the reason we didn't is we just weren't sure about the flooring, but, yes, I can call them and get you.
And we have to make sure this gets approved before we start scheduling people. We have to get the money in here.
How quick is that transfer? Is it like a electronic transfer or is it like paperwork and then?
And approval is the problem.
So there's a date of the 10th and the 25th. Right now she says they're very busy, so I can submit this tomorrow. It could be a week, 2 weeks.
That's what's wondering.
Yeah, it takes,
And the cleaning services thought it would be at least a full day or full 5-day project with 2 people.
5 days.
With 2 people.
And I feel like the deep cleaning though, do we want that to start now, or do we want it to be like 2 weeks before school starts, so that it's super fresh, because people are gonna be coming in, getting their classrooms ready, like, or maybe like the 1st of August as opposed to, I guess it's the 1st of August, we're there now.
Yeah, I know, they're already out.
Because if we might, yeah, we might not have approval for them to even be able to clean the school.
That's what I was wondering about the carpet and stuff.
Well, so the carpet install, I think that was just like a Hail Mary at the end when we thought we were gonna have extra money. But I think, so skipping ahead, well, the next, so we're talking about the cleaning, was that kind of an average of the bids that you got to be able to cover the 5,700?
Yes, it's an average with the whole.
With the
With
floor
this,
cleaner.
yeah,
So that's like a buffer type of cleaner for the halls and stuff.
yes.
Or is that a shampoo?
that's a shampoo.
Shampoo.
What do we
This
currently
is
have?
also with our, we would return the other one for a trade in. But we only have $250 to trade in.
I think that was more just to get rid of the old machine.
I'm just right at this phone.
Yeah.
What is the, we currently have shampoo?
Yeah, we have one, I mean.
It's not the same one that you use in the gym, correct? They're
No, they're gonna have a floor scrubber, which is no, not carpet,
just for the gym.
yeah, just for the gym.
Okay. And the tile, I guess.
And the shampooer would be for paint carpet surfaces.
How often does he shampoo our carpets?
Usually twice a year, like spring break and then right before school starts or.
He said he does the hallway more than that.
I'm sure with the way.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
Because I don't understand how he could do that when he's not here and off hours, does he shampoo the carpets while the kids are in class? Like, how does that really work?
We had a little issue with that, and now I've asked him to come later in the day, so that we're not disrupting classes, but
Okay,
yeah.
okay. So then the wiring of the reader board is the next line item.
So we're at 152 once we get past the clean. And we have 159, is that?
169.
We might squeeze in that reader board, you know.
Well, and the thing is, it's already, the reader board was already approved through all the estimates, we just need to wire it now.
Yeah.
And that would take up the rest of the funds.
That needs to be done.
And then we do need to know that it's approved, because we don't want to install it and then, right, that was the question.
I think we should have a room.
Yeah.
I don't think we can afford it.
Based on how much that.
So if you look around town, because I was one that like, no, we need a road for it, but if you look around town, these are industrial, we need to know what the actual manufacturer says regarding the signs. Like, if it says you need to have a cover over it, then we need to have a cover over it. Because like, Smith Valley has a cover on it, but I think that they just put it in their existing sign, and it already has cover.
Right.
Peterson's is within a sign. So theirs is different too, but there are multiple reader boards throughout Kalispell that don't have a ruffle. So I think we just need to make sure that we're following the manufacturer's recommendations.
And I have an email to the sign guy and I haven't heard back yet.
And I also want to make dang sure that that sign is going to hold this sign, that our current sign that we're putting next on,
Right, wait, mine.
that it's not. That we're just for sure about that.
So I think the sign is important, so I think it should be.
Because it's just like sitting in storage. We communicate with almost everyone.
And I come out years ago.
Yeah.
We need to get it up. So, all right, so that's that one, and then we're going to scratch the outdoor learning, and then we're gonna scratch the carpet.
Yeah.
The carpet too, when we were thinking about that carpet, I also started thinking, so if we replace carpet in here, a lot of our classrooms have that, and if it's a stain, we just replace the square.
Yeah.
This side of the new classroom has this, but then in the winter, we're gonna have to pay for rugs to be able to come into the classrooms, because every single classroom is going to need to have multiple rugs like we do, and that's another expense that we don't have in our yearly budget to pay for the rugs moving forward. Yeah, and rugs are not cheap, you'll see our bills, they're not cheap to maintain, yeah, so.
So once we take those last two items out, what do we add?
Well, I'll put the balance into the reader board, because there was only 1,000, 2,000 to be left.
Okay, so yeah, if you put it in the reading board, if we can't find someone to do it, I would donate time. All of that, I mean, maybe you guys can get your husbands more, if get it on anything.
I will, just donate as well to that.
We're going.
In your time, set up all those new devices, so we talking about.
Well, that as well. But Zach did the reader board at Smith Valley, so he's familiar.
Oh.
Well,
More than welcome.
did he put the roof over it?
No, that was the existing structure.
Oh, okay.
It just actually fit perfectly into that space, so. From their old reader board, we had to hand do.
Any other questions about that?
No.
Okay. Can I have a motion for during the meeting? I guess we'll accept that. Can I get a motion to accept the ESER expenditures?
I will make a motion to accept the ESER expenditures.
I will second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Now, I'll have a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
And also.
All in favor, say aye. Any opposed?